Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do my first impressions on the Guardian Tactical Recon 035 that I picked up last week. I'm really excited that I got this. I first got to handle one at Blade Show. I've really wanted to ever since I had the Microtech Bounty Hunters. I had the UTX 85 and the Ultratech Bounty Hunters. And I really like the knives. Obviously, aesthetically, they're really cool. But I never liked the actuator. It just was annoying. It would rip your thumb up. The spring was kind of strong on it. It just wasn't the best, right? And I've always heard that these Guardian Tacticals are way smoother because this is kind of like a stainless steel base, and there's like a ball bearing in there somewhere, and that's what it rides on, so it makes it way smoother. And after handling this, I honestly don't think I'd go back to Microtech. I actually have a loaner Cypher in. This is a Katana Cypher from Kyle J. Lanfear or Red Wolf EDC, and just playing with this side by side, ugh, it just sucks. Not lying. I think Microtech actuators suck. This tears your thumb up, and it's there to tear your thumb up because it's a pain in the ass to engage and disengage. And people will argue they break in and da-da-da. And yes, my UTX 85 really broke in. But then the button got really loosey-goosey, and it still tore your thumb up. It just was a little easier to go back and forth. And I would argue that this is just a way better platform, a way better system of doing it. Heretic Knives actually is switching over to a ball-bearing platform like this for their actuators. So soon enough, all their knives, all their OTFs will have this style on it, which is cool. And there's one that I really want to try called the Colossus or Colossal, and it has a reversible clip from Heretic, so that's something to look out for. But anyway, another reason I really wanted to try one of these is because of the no glass breaker thing. I really hate the fact that Microtech puts a glass breaker on almost every OTF. Funny enough, this Cypher is like the one that they don't. And look how cool that looks. I mean, it's just so much cleaner not having that huge skull cracker on it or whatever it is, you know. Now, this has a little thing for a lanyard, which is kind of dumb because, I don't know, I feel like a guy who uses an OTF is not a guy using a lanyard. That's kind of my opinion there, but I guess if it's first responder or something, maybe it's good to have a lanyard for some reason. I don't know. And then here's your clip. It's right hand only, which kind of sucks. They could have easily, you know, popped the holes over here. I believe the Recon 040 actually does have a reversible clip, which is cool. But that thing's huge, right? I also opted for this OD green. So they have a bunch of different variants, bunch of different colors, and the main reason it took me so long to pick one of these up is because of the blade shape. So I just don't like double-edged daggers, and OTFs tend to always come standard with a double-edged dagger, and I don't need that. You know, I'm using this for everyday carry. I just want a nice drop point, or in this case, I picked up the Tactical Tanto, they call this. And I love a Tanto because I open a lot of packages. And being able to just drop the tip in, so she said, and just cut open a package without having to worry about damaging what's inside, it just makes life easier. And then you get a nice straight edge, so it's kind of like the best of both worlds when it comes to being like a drop point, where you have that tip, but then it's like a Warnie where it's a straight edge and has this tip. So what you lose, obviously, is belly. But I don't really need belly for anything. So I really like a Tanto. And a lot of people will argue that this is hard to sharpen and all that, but I rarely ever use this edge for anything, right? I'm usually using this tip, that tip, or this edge. So I don't know. I've just always had a good time with Tantos. I also think they look sexy. But this does come in a drop point, which is similar, except it's kind of a drop point down to here, and then this is more like belly around here, right? They have the double-edged dagger thingamabobber style. I think that's it. And then for finishes, I went with this black coating on everything, right? The hardware is all blacked out like that, the clip, and of course the blade. They do have a sort of distressed looking one. I think that's the one Jake has from Bearded Gear. And what I don't like about that is it makes your knife look beat up, right? And I get it on some knives, like the Microtech Bounty Hunters. It goes with the theme of the whole design, having it be a distressed feel on the clip and the blade, right? With the apocalyptic finish and everything. But on a knife like this, it just kind of looks like I threw my knife around for a week. You know, I threw it in the washer with some rocks or something. I don't plan to beat the shit out of this, so I don't really need that. And if I do, I'll do it myself. It'll get distressed on its own, right? I don't know. I just think it looks a lot cleaner to me with the all black like this. So, you know, I wanted OD green, and I wanted a Tanto or drop point, and I wanted either OD green or blue, I think. It comes in red, it comes in black, it comes in blue, it comes in like a champagne type color. I think that's their like coyote color, or tan, sorry, tan. I think I said black. I don't know if they do satin blades. I really would love to see that. I'd love to get a satin. Obviously, that would have been my first choice. But I've honestly never seen these. Oh, I think there's a carbon fiber version too. I've never seen one for sale, but I think Slicey Dicey had one or has one. Sorry. And then they're just hard to find, in my opinion. I occasionally would look for them, and if you look at the big retailers like Blade HQ and you know, just Google it, you don't really get options. You get like black or blue, and you get the double-edged dagger blade, if you find any, right? But I was looking a little deeper this time, and there are specific sites for OTF. So keep that in mind. I'm not this big OTF guy, so, you know, keep that in mind as well, that I'm not like the expert on OTFs. I'll readily admit that. But I found this website called, I think it's called USAOTFblades.com. And that's where I found this. And they had a bunch of different variants, not all in stock, but it was more variants of this knife than I've ever seen. You know, they had the drop point, the Tanto, the double-edged dagger. They had blue, red, black, you know, tan, OD green, distressed, not distressed. Like, they just had a lot of options. And that was, I never could really find those options anywhere. So I was happy to see that. I also know there's some other companies that are like really big into OTFs, like southernedges.com, I think. And there's others out there. So just keep that in mind. I think E-Knives is one. If you're looking for one of these, I recommend checking those sites, because you're probably going to get more options. As of the time of filming this specific one was not available on USAOTFblades.com. I know that because a buddy messaged me on Instagram looking for it, and I think I could only find it in a drop point or something, or it was black handled with the Tanto and everything. So if you're into that, go check them out. But yeah, I think it looks sexy. Love the coloring. I like the build quality. This is aluminum, obviously. I love this OD green. Normally not my thing, guys. Like here is that katana dagger thingy, or katana again, cipher. And normally I don't like this style, especially this with this weird blade. But disregard that part. This isn't my kind of style, like the River's Edge Cutlery exclusive Spyderco's. Like, I'm just not into OD stuff, really. Because I'm not a dork. Jake. No, I'm just kidding. But I really like it on this. I got the handle one in this color at Blade, and it just has this nice tone to it. It's just kind of just a creamy green. I don't know how to explain it. That sounded stupid, but I love it. So I like that. Love the build quality. I love these kind of ridges in here. I don't really know what they're there for. They don't like ergonomically do anything for me. I guess if you pinch grip it, I don't know. Love the actuator, guys. It just is an absolute blast. You see the ramp on there? So you just kind of bang. And it's just so smooth. Like, it takes no effort at all. You just have to get that consistent pressure. And you can do it quick. You can do it slow. You can do whatever you want, you know? With the Microtex, it's just like, it's a lot more, you can like almost hear it in my voice, like, right? Hear that? On this, I'll go, like, I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't show you on video, you know? It's tearing my thumb up right now. You can see those marks on there, right? So look. No marks, and then bink, bonk. You know, you're not gonna see, watch. Like, it just leaves a divot in your, and you can feel it just scraping your skin off. Like, I just don't like the way they do this. So I think I've rattled about that enough, or rambled about that enough. One other thing to note on these is the tip is extremely close to the end here. I'm going to see there. Can you see it right there? That's the tip of the knife. And it is gosh darn close. You can go like this, and I can feel it right now. Now, it's not like poking me, because it's just touching it. But if I went any deeper, it would stab me. And some people have noted that you can just sharpen back the tip a little bit. You can sharpen it back and then you're good to go. I personally don't care. Yeah, it'd be ideal, I guess, if it was like a millimeter less. But when am I going to have this issue? When is that going to be a problem? I really don't understand why anybody's concerned about that. Because, like, when are you sitting here going like this and shoving your finger in doing that? Like, I can do this. I can push a little bit. Ow, fuck. I'm just kidding. Gotcha. Like, it's just not a big deal, is what I'm saying. In your pocket, you know, what you're going to reach in and, like, it's just not going to happen, guys. So I don't really think it's anything to worry about. Maybe people worry about damaging it. Like, if you dropped it right on concrete like this, would it somehow impact the tip? Maybe. But at that point, you know, you just dropped your $275 knife face down on concrete from 6 feet up or whatever. I don't know. Is the tip really that big of a deal at this point? Like, you can get it fixed along with whatever else you busted up if it doesn't survive. But this thing's pretty beefy. So, I don't know, guys. I just really like it. This is the first OTF I've, like, actually fallen in love with and been like, I've literally wanted to carry this every day. It has been in my back pocket. I also want to note I live in Pennsylvania, and technically I think OTFs and autos are illegal here. So people always ask me, like, how are you carrying that? And I'm like, I put it in my pocket. I used to be that guy. You know, I've told this story before, but Levon from Knife Nuts, I think, posted a ProTech once on Instagram. This is like last year sometime, and I commented like, dude, I was like, don't you live in Pennsylvania? Like, how are you carrying that? And he, you know, he said the same smart ass thing. He's like, I put it in my pocket. And then he said, like, it's an outdated rule or law here in PA that a lot of cops don't even care about. Also, I've seen OTFs for sale in gun shops. Like, my local gun shop that I go to, they have a whole thing of, like, Microtex and Marfiones and stuff. Now, granted, you could say that's for law enforcement. They're allowed to buy them, maybe. But there's that, right? Like, what are the odds that the cop that finds out you have an OTF is going to be like, oh, my God, you're going to jail for that? And second, I don't get frisked by cops very often. Like, even if I got pulled over, a cop's not going to be like, take your knife out and show it to me, right? I'm not going to tell him I have a knife. I'm not going to be advertising things like that. And I'm probably just going to get my ticket and move on if I'm getting a ticket. Like, you know, this is a weird scenario, but I just don't understand where that would, like, they see that clip you're walking down the street and a bicycle cop rides by and he's like, oh my God, he's got a Guardian Tactical. Get him. Like, I don't know. Now, with all that said, I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. You got to make your own decisions. Lefty EDC would not be responsible for any unlawful... I'm just kidding. But I'm just saying, like, live your life, man. You know, like, I'm really enjoying this, and I'm not going to not carry it because I live in Pennsylvania. They can suck my balls, you know? That's basically the beginning and the end of that. You can suck my balls with your knife laws, okay? Look at that. It's a freestyle right there. So there's that. And autos in general, like side opening autos, I've had a few and I don't like them. They're not fidgety. They're fun to hit a button and swoosh out, but then you have to close. It's just, I love a drop shut, and you don't get any of that with an auto. And then an OTF, at least you get satisfaction on actuating in and out, right? That's fidgety to me. And this is a fidget monster, guys. It's just so fun. I've literally been carrying this as much as I can. It just goes in my back right pocket or back left pocket. Or if I have a knife that's more right-handed, then I'll just carry this up front left, and I don't worry about it left-handed. I don't see why it matters that the button is facing this way. Like, this is not going off in your pocket. Like, think about what would have to happen to make that happen. You know? Like, I don't know. Like, if you shove it real quick, I don't think it comes out. I guess it does, but it just, you have to have consistent, I just think you have to want to open it for it to open it, and I'm not worried about that happening in my pocket somehow. So anyway, guys, my first impressions of the Recon 035 are very positive. I love this thing. I'm not gonna lie. This is my favorite automatic or OTF I've ever handled, or ever owned, or anything. It's just an absolutely fantastic knife, and to me, Guardian Tactical blows Microtech out of the water. If they start coming out with some different models, something, you know, a little cooler even, like, this is cool, but if they start competing with, like, different designs and stuff with this action and build quality, you know, they could take the market. Microtech is a staple, guys, but they're living off of their reputation at this point, I think, because for the price point, for the action you get on these, I don't see why, if you're just wanting a good OTF, and you're not concerned with having like a cool bounty hunter design or awesome signature series, which I get, that's what they're good at Microtech. But if you just need a good OTF, I don't see why anybody would choose Microtech over Guardian Tactical. Yes, you have the same little bit of side to side. Yes, you have the same non-symmetrical stuff going on. So that's all the same. I do want to note that the edge on this is also better than I've had on my bounty hunters, which are also Tantos. See if I can get some paper. So this obviously is not going to be a very tall grind because of how short the blade is this way, right? But you have this flat grind here and a hollow up front. It's this crazy tactical Tanto. It's in LMAX, by the way. I don't think I noted that, which, again, comparable to other OTFs. Good ergos. It's just a very neutral handle. They do have a kind of swell thing going on here. Fits my hand really well. You can hold it up here on the blade if you want. That way you can lock it in because it does have that little bit of up, down, side to side stuff. It's not bad. I'd say it's about the same as a Microtech. I don't think it's worse. I mean, they both, yeah, they're the same. You know, it's not like it's a Gavin Hawk, shit, what are those called? Deadlock. You know, I handled those at Blade, and holy shit, yeah, they're locked up, but I didn't like the action on those. So anyway, you can also hold it on the actuator, which is nice. You can hold it wherever you want. And it just has a very good edge on it. Now, it's not the thinnest behind the edge, but it is done extremely well. This tip up here is really good. It's just a really good, simple, you know, edge, grind, knife. It's just a good knife. It's not super thin, so obviously, you know, if you use this a lot, sharpen it a lot, it's going to get thick and it's going to happen fast. It's already not thin. You can hear that resistance, like, you hear that compared to, here's the ultimate in thin, the Spyderco Chaparral. It's just going to be a different, oh, if you can hear the difference or not. Damn, I've used this way too much. Clean that off. It just has less resistance going through. That was a bad example. I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh, duh. Here. TRM Neutron 2, right? So, when this cuts through something, you hear that? Just butter. Like, there's almost no resistance. When you cut with this, you hear it. It's louder because it's thicker, and there's more resistance on each side. I don't know why I'm doing this. Sorry, this is not a cutting performance video. But anyway, it's gonna get thicker quicker, right? So she said, and but yeah, that's just what you get with an OTF because they're short blades. So anyway, I just wanted to show you. It's got a great edge on it. It really does. And LMAX holds its edge very well. It's a great steel. Good choice there. I love this thing, and I'm going to shut up about it. I'm sorry. So this has been my ridiculously long first impressions of the Guardian Tactical Recon 035 in OD Green Black Tactical Tanto. Sorry for the long video, guys. I had a lot of thoughts there. I just really like it a lot. And hopefully you guys, you know, that comes across here. I'll be doing my full review in a week or so. I don't think I'm going to be doing it too fast because I really am enjoying carrying it. If I haven't fucking said that 10 times already. It's a fidget monster. It's a package opening monster. It's fun to carry. It's a good weight and a good size for what it is. You get 3.5 inches of blade. And you get 4.5 inches of handle, I believe. It's just perfect little package, guys. It really is. Check it out. If you want one, links are below. I think I'll put the link to where I got it. And maybe to Guardian Tactical. And they're actually in Pennsylvania. So shout out to Guardian Tactical. That's it, guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. I love you all. And I will catch you later.